page. My name is Monique. I go by Coach Mo. I am a family and parenting life coach. I help parents co-parent with success to be able to coexist in their child's life. I also help them with behavioral issues. I work with single mothers, single fathers, married couples, blended families with our bonus parents. We can't forget about them. But I help bring families together and be able to coexist, eliminate drama, stress, things like that for our families. This is blended family season, so it is very important to be able to have peace because these are the holidays that you share with family, and I want to bring that peace to different families. Today's topic is you versus the judge. Part of what I do, I eliminate judge from making decisions for you. And I help parents come together and build a plan together so that they won't have to go to court for custody, things like that, or see a mediator just to build a plan. And when those plans when they can't come to a compromise, then a judge have to make the decision for them because they're not adult enough to come to that conclusion or that decision on their own. Basically, I want to help people get back in control of how they want to raise their child, how they want to co-parent, and help them in different ways to be able to get to that point where they can. Thanks for joining. Say hi, wave. Hey, George. So I'm not sure if a lot of people know about what's called a Parenting Kidnapping Act. Pretty much it gives the state courts authority to put restrictions and jurisdictions over your child. So when you go through getting child custody and go through the family courts, a judge can put restrictions and jurisdictions on your child. So say, for instance, you want to move to another state. You have to get permission from a judge to take your child out of state. Say, for instance, you want to take them out of the country. You have to get permission. You shouldn't have to go through someone else to get permission to do something with the child you're raising, the child you're paying for. But the state have limitations as to what you can and cannot do with your child. This is why there's parent coaches. We help you avoid and eliminate that option. You want to be able to make those decisions. You don't want to have to go through a third party and go through the whole legal process and get a lawyer, go through the drama, the stress, all that, and put a child through all that just so that you can do whatever you want with your own child. Plus, it's not considered kidnapping until you get a court order. So if you have a court order and you take your child, it's considered kidnapping. But if you don't have a court order, it's not considered kidnapping. You're just doing what you want to do with your own child without someone else's permission. Hey, Kenna. So basically, usually the parent without the primary custody have these restrictions. So you go through nasty battle of proving who's the most fit parent, who the kid is going to live with, and all this stuff, just for someone to tell you, well, this is what you can and cannot do with your child. Why go through that? I don't agree with parent court because a lot of times it's not fair, especially some states. Some states automatically give the mother full custody, no matter what. It don't matter how unfit that person is. Like states like New York, they do that. That person can be the most unfit parent and unhealthy, toxic parent, but because it's the mother, they will automatically get custody. And you know already the courts and stuff is not fair to men. And most of my clients are men. Believe it or not, most people that reach out to me to get help as far as being parent coach or for co-parenting are men. So I don't favor any specific parent, male or female. I just feel like everyone should be on the same page. Everyone should have equal rights. I'm all about equality and what's fair and teaching people how to be friends again, get along, and make things equal to where both parents are happy in the situation and the child. Basically, the two parents can be adult enough to make a plan. It's not hard. The plan is pretty simple. It just takes communication, which is what a lot of people don't want to do. They're like so bitter, resentful. They don't even want to talk to the other person just to make small decisions like who's going to get the child when and where. what your living conditions, how much it costs to raise a child, and who's going to put up what, who's going to pay for what. People don't like to have those adult conversations. They busy worrying about what the other person's doing. I eliminate all that. I help them learn to work out and communicate with each other and put the kid first. And it takes you going through a mindset change, because a lot of people don't know how, because they were never shown how to be able to work things out. And people look at other parents that do co-parent with success and think it's weird, because they need to make it a new norm, because they're so used to dysfunction. They're so used to just people arguing, putting a kid in the middle and the kid be the go-to person. I definitely don't agree with that. You can be in control of making decisions for your child if you're willing. It just takes you to say yes for your child and just do what's right. I have a co-parenting contract, which is $100 off right now until the end of the year. So you pretty much got like 2 more weeks before my price go back to the original price. So the co-parenting contract is $197. And pretty much that breaks down everything. Let me get the contract, as a matter of fact. It's one of these. Let me see. This is the contract. So in my co-parenting contract, it breaks down visitation schedule for both mom and dad. They put what days they work, what time, AM, PM. It breaks down what holidays each parent will have. It breaks down what source of communication they'll be using if they communicate serious matters via phone and in person, and then all other things that can go through text, or they can use email if they want. Some people like paper trail, and those are sometimes the messy ones. Like, oh, I'm bringing these text messages to court to hold against you. And half of the time when you communicate through text message anyway, it's misinterpreted. So I always suggest to my parents, do not communicate about serious matters via text message or email. You can do it in person. You don't have to record anything, because that's a new thing now. People recording interactions and exchange of kids and stuff just to have something, some social proof. They go live. I just hate the messy stuff being put on blast. It's not good at all. You can learn how to communicate. Also, it tells you, like, one of the options is how will we handle all decision making. It needs to be agreed on by both parents. One person can't just make decisions just because they say, oh, I'm the parent. No, it don't work like that. It takes 2 people. You cannot make important matters like, oh, I'm going to move out of state, and you just tell them, but not have a discussion first. It have important contacts. It have expenses. So there's a section where, what are you going to pay for? Are you going to pay for childcare, clothes, shoes, cell phone bill? What household bills are you going to contribute to for the person who's the primary parent? Rent, food. It ain't free to raise a kid. They need clothes, shoes, all that stuff. Living arrangements. That's one of the big ones where people really have to do some soul searching, because a lot of people, like with me, for example, with my son dad, it took pretty much 9 years. My son is about to be 10 next month. It took almost 9 years. We didn't share addresses. He didn't know where I live. He didn't know what city. He knew what state. I didn't know where he lived. We kept it that way. It was like, my place of peace is my house. I don't want it to be interrupted. So he didn't have my address. We didn't have drama, but it was just something we never shared. It was just like, you stay at your place, I stay at mine. When we used to exchange my son, when he go with him on the weekend, we used to meet up at the train station, literally in the parking lot. But now he know where I live, of course, because now we live in the same state pretty much for the first time in 9 years, and we co-parent. But that was before we was trying to co-parent at that time. My son was younger. He was like 3, 4. But that was the first time his dad was living in the same state as us when he got out the military. My son want to say hi to you guys. Come on. Hi. This is my brat. He just wanted to say hi. He's sitting here bothering me and distracting me. But he just wanted to say hi to you guys like he always. No, yeah. But that's all I wanted to come to you guys today and let you know, like, you can make a plan, especially the new year is coming. Start with a fresh start. Try something different. Try something new. Let it be the year of no drama, no confusion, great communication, bonding, co-parenting. Don't be bitter. You can let all the past be the past and get over it. Suck it up. Do it for your kids. Think of them first. Stop being selfish. Stop being inconsiderate. Stop being like just combative, and like people just like drama. Some people, that's just their norm. That's what they're comfortable with. They never seen nothing different. Like people look at me and my son dad situation, they be like, I want to have a relationship like that. Like you guys communicate really well. And it took a long time, but when you put in the work and you just let all the other BS just be the past, it works. And it makes your kid happier. Because I love the reaction my son have when his dad come around and he's like, oh, I'm going with my dad's picking me up, we're going on a play date or movie night. That is an amazing feeling. Plus, I get a break. Don't you want a break? You don't want to be a single parent doing everything all the time, burning yourself out. You want to be able to go out, date, whatever. So think about it. And if you want to get the contract, I put the link in the description. Right now it's $197. Remember, that price is only going to be like that until the end of the year, and it go back up to $297, which is cheaper than filing for custody. I've already done the research. It costs more than that to file for custody and deal with drama and have a lawyer and all that stuff. You can afford to pay $297, but right now it's only $197. And avoid courts. Make the decisions on your own. Stay in control. But thank you for tuning in. I'm on my lunch break. I have to cook dinner. So I will tune in with you guys tomorrow. Hey coach. Tomorrow topic would be stop giving up. I have something good on that one. And then after that will be control. And after that, communication. So those are the next few days. I'm going to talk about those few things. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. And I should be back on track with my lives, being consistent again next week. But I'm going to pile in a couple of lives for the next few days just to make up. Y'all, thank you for being patient with me moving. But yeah, I'll be back on track with my lives. And if you got any subjects you want me to talk about, send them over. I accept all topics. Controversial topics. Send me videos you guys see that are viral and you want me to voice my opinion on. I see that a lot happening recently. But thank you guys. This is Coach Mo. I do have some availability next week for breakthrough calls. So if you haven't booked one yet, definitely book your breakthrough call with me so that we can get you all the way straight before the new year. We can have a plan, start the new year fresh, new beginnings. All right, you guys, have a nice day. Bye.